There we are. Hello everyone, this is Ninja DC, joining you again for another Reactor video, this time for My Little Pony Season 7, Episode 22, I think. I just called the Zeppelin episode.
It's actually 21.
Item.
No, it's 22.
Alright. Yeah, someone mislabeled them. Anyway, joining me again is, you heard of Bronies?
Hello, all you ponies. I'm a herd of bronies. Welcome back to Let's Watch Season 7 episodes got leaked.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you haven't heard, like, how did the leak actually happen this time?
I have no idea.
Yeah, serious leak is like, what, did someone, like, did X country air them all in marathon again, or did someone drop the thumb drive?
Wait, how many were leaked?
All
the rest of the season.
All of it.
Rest of the season.
Yeah.
And I think the movie got leaked too.
Oh god!
Oh my god!
Or
Yeah,
a downward
I think
spiral.
Yeah, this season was a season of leak. It actually was hilarious how leaky and this. I don't have no, like, I feel like Hasbro somehow, like, whoever was in charge of, like, international distribution just sort of, like, got less hands-on this time, and it shows.
AKA mid-season break. Got herself Perfect Pair and Discordant Harmony.
Yeah, well, wasn't there a point where we, like, Canada or somebody was airing 2 episodes per week and, like, getting another episode ahead of schedule?
Oh yeah,
That was like the first half.
That was the first half.
Or just under the first half, because, like, was it ended at episode like 11 or 12? No, I think it was 11.
With not to say anything. Discordant Harmony was episode 12.
Yeah, so it ended before that, because I was like upset. I was upset about that. Like, did you at least tell us the writer beforehand? Anyway,
I know.
Joining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to go, but don't worry. You know, you have your time to introduce yourself.
Wait, who's next?
Nova, that's your cue.
You didn't say it.
I didn't say your name.
Run the intro again.
I thought you were saying it as to stop me from talking.
You had one job, you know.
One job.
All right, then. Hello,
Hit the deck, hit the deck, everybody.
All right, then. Hello, ponies of all ages. It is I, Nova Brony, here to react to an episode of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
Hi, Nova.
Hi, everybody. I didn't come up with anything original this week.
Don't worry.
You slacker. Haram.
Welcome to the club.
I only slack because
Second, like home rump. So I guess that means it's me next, right?
Yep.
Hi.
Oh, actually, no. This time we have Daybreaker.
Daybreaker.
That's right. Daybreaker herself
sorry.
has joined us in this react. We are all going to die an awesome fiery death.
Well,
Yes, because I am that hot.
I can't argue with that.
Well, y'all gotta go sometime.
Hello, I'm Daylover. I'm second opinion's girlfriend. Hello.
Oi. Not supposed to tell them that.
Well, too
So
late.
much awesome here if you came here to kill us.
Oh God!
But look at that! But look at that pretty rainbow. That can only mean good things, right?
Oi.
Oh no, that's the
don't
devil's
know
Be
that.
too sure.
the devil's rainbow. Actually, don't look at it. You'll be subliminally message.
Oh no! I can't help it. It's so pretty.
And now Jenn is a slug.
Or maybe she's a rainbow knight.
Yeah. She's going to become a rainbow knight if I want.
Do I get a sword?
Yeah, sure, if that's what you want.
Sweet.
Weapon of choice.
Yeah. Can I make a request to make it turn into a chainsaw?
Sure.
Sorry, that's not in the animation
Whatever you
budget.
want.
Oh man.
It's only a drawing, so
That's
I can
true.
draw whatever she wants.
Yay! I've always wanted to be a rainbow knight. Oy vey. So who's next?
Unless somebody else wants to be a rainbow knight.
Who's next? Who's next?
The Rainbow Knight.
Oh, that would be me. Wait, that would be me. Hi, my name is Jenn, and I'm watching MLP. It's nice to be here.
Hi. Good friends with Maud.
I come from Cleveland because Cleveland rocks. Technically, I don't. That was an attempt of Maud Pie, but I can never do a Maud Pie impression for too long because I start laughing.
I would say that Cleveland does not rock, but I do like that Drew Carey song, so I have to let that go.
But
At least it's not Detroit.
Yeah, it's okay. I think even the Cleveland Browns are less embarrassed than the Detroit Lions at this point.
Ooh, burn.
No.
But the thing is that Cleveland has the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum. I mean, have you seen all the way all those rocks roll? I cannot keep that tone of too long without laughing. Oh no. Okay, I'll just say that the voice like Maud Pie, I'll never be able to do it. I can only do it for a few seconds. And I am like,
you have far too much joy in your soul, Jenn. Become more dreary, darn it. Only then can you be a proper Maud.
Okay, so I sound like I'm at so I have to sound like I'm at an AA meeting or something.
Now that you just watch Gen 3.5, that should suck the soul out of you.
What is it? What? Which one?
Gen 3.5.
Gen 3.5. Oh wait.
My Little Pony Gen.
Never
3.5.
mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. We do.
Yeah,
Never
that
mind. We do
will
not
suck the emotion out of you.
I'd rather stay normal and not be like ramming my head against the wall all over the place. I just like I can just imagine tossing the laptop across the room and be like, "This is not my ponies."
No, this is Sparta.
Well,
Thank you, second.
and Jenn, you will probably freak out when you realize that Gen 3.5 happened just a year before Gen 4 happened.
I actually don't freak out because I have to look at it like this. It was only a year before Gen 4 happened. It was only a year. No big deal. 1 year too young.
But next up, second.
Hey.
What's that? Applause in the background?
No.
Oh.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the introduction of the second opinion. Drum roll, please. And why is it all dark in here? There's no curtain for me to burst out from behind. This is going to be another one of those lame reacts where my avatar just sits stationary on the screen the whole time, isn't it?
I can't keep this drum roll up forever!
Imagine me bursting through a black curtain, I guess. Hi, I'm the second opinion, and from a critic first and a fan second, get your money back. This show's lame.
Ooh.
Why?
Oh.
What do you mean it's in the contract? I mean, that's what I would say if I wasn't in it. So, sit back, little boys and girls, because you are about to have the time of your life.
Cough, cough.
Second with his rock status again. I'm a goofy goober rock.
But all right. Before we begin, actually, first of all, like, does everyone have their React video up and ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ready when you look.
All right. But before that, I just want to give a quick note because the MLP movie released recently, but we'll wait to discuss that till next week. Just because like only me and Here to Bronies, as we're the only two that have seen it so far.
Yep.
So
I
we're gonna wait till
I should have gone see it by myself rather than wait for my group. But oh well.
So I've got
bless
a
you.
and go into a movie theater, a grown man saying, "I want to see the My Little Pony movie."
Oh, come on, you're not the first one. That's
Of
going
course
to be.
not.
Oi. What the heck?
You're going to be the
Walking
second.
No, I think you're gonna be like the. I think you're probably be like the third or the fourth, and then you will go in there, and it'll be all deserted. They'll have one extra guy, and then you guys look at each other and be like, "You never saw me."
But yeah. Just to give my quick thoughts, and I heard if you want to give yours as well. My quick thoughts are, I liked it, but I'm not sure if I think I might have actually liked Rainbow Rocks more. Alex?
Yeah, I loved it. I could see flaws though, but its good points were just way too high to me to even care about the flaws at all. So,
all right. With that said, is everyone ready to begin?
Ready?
All right.
Let's do this.
Yes, let's go.
But you know, was that a yes or a?
Yes, it's a yes.
I thought I heard a sigh like, oh.
Which one means? Everyone
right.
ready to go? Yay or nay? Which one means yes? Yay.
All right, everyone, press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Here we go.
we're good.
Twilight.
Boring paperwork.
Oi.
Oh,
She
it's
has to
weird
sign
to
off
look.
at the movie coming out this
It's weird
weekend.
to go back to this animation style. Oh,
I thought I had too many deep fried gems.
Ooh.
Deep fried gems?
It's from my
Everything has to be deep fried,
you can
right?
bake them into a
You
cake.
get to take the whole family.
Oi!
Aren't all gems though deep fried in the mantle?
With them, but there's just too many princess duties I have to take care of.
Oh crud! I just made a
Come on,
mod
Twilight.
joke.
Even Princess Celeste and she raises the sun.
Take a break. Oh!
I can keep track of the friendship log, boost community morale, and answer fan mail for a few days.
Oh,
But
Spike!
Spike, you're as much a part of my family
Oh,
as
Spike is
anybody. I can't
one-upping.
leave you here to do all that work.
Well,
What? I
this
can't
is
hear you. You're on vacation.
don't I'm glad they're not vilifying this behavior from Princess Spike right now.
You're the best, Spike. I know. I'm gonna go pack everything neatly into one.
Go for it!
Yeah.
Okay,
Come on.
Spike just took a hard turn into awesome.
Yes.
I should probably make a schedule.
And now he just put a plus next to that A.
oh, okay. What the hell do I do here? I should not have signed up for this.
What?
I am royally screwed. Twilight, please help. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
Oh my god.
If all the excuses to write Spike out of, assuming that it's not going to be about him the whole time or something, like if all the excuses to write him out were like that, I feel like fans would be much more okay with that.
Oh! It's a starship!
Oh, I am really looking forward to a relaxing
It's a complete Sparkle family!
Your mother says relaxing
Ooh, an episode with the
vacation.
mom and
She means
dad.
doing something crazy. Last time she ended up bungee jumping over Luna
What?
Bay.
What was that, hon?
Nice.
Oh, I was just telling Twilight about my new bingo strategy book. It's
Let her be her.
They
Come
changed the
on.
voice actors.
Oh, I
Smooth.
can't wait to get on this Zeppelin and fly like a Pegasus.
Really? remember
I'm
you
gonna
getting
fly
airsick on Admiral
like a
Fairweather's wild ride at
Pegasus
Pony Island.
to the sea. Fly
Please, I
like
grew
a
out of air
Pegasus.
sickness
Feel
a
the
long time
spirit
ago.
inside me. I'm gonna fly.
Oh, it's Shining Armor.
So, by the way, spoiler: Shining Armor is going to get airsick in this episode.
I don't doubt it.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I think yeah, I saw a photograph. Okay.
Well, you don't need to see a photograph when they say
Image.
some guy trying to be all insecurely macho and going like, I do not have trouble
Does
with
not seem efficient.
thing.
This is
It's
the
a really
captain.
beautiful airship.
Oh my God, the baby is flying! They're over there!
Oh no!
Well, we've already seen her
This
fly.
is what it's like to be
Yeah.
big-time
The baby's
prize
flying. Oh
winners.
no. Oh wait, she's already flying.
I just wish I could remember what contest we won.
Wait, you don't know where this ride
It's a
What
trap.
did you say?
It's a trap, Ron.
Vacation. You just sign the paperwork and don't ask questions.
That's all you're gonna
It's
do!
Oh, well, that's not going to come back at all.
Oh
Fly
no.
off together.
Wow.
Signed up for a timeshare.
Well, I did categorize the ship
Yeah.
and make a
They're not
schedule
very
organized
business
by your
savvy.
interest.
Oh my God, it's a convention schedule!
Dad, you're easy.
It is
No
a convention
competition,
schedule.
right here.
Oh, I just love how the numbers and letters are organized in their little boxes.
Like father, like
The definition of letters and numbers
Oh.
changed
They've got a
recently.
tiny
That
boat
was so
race in a
cute.
tiny pool. Here.
Aw, sis. Only you would remember I love tiny things.
Tiny.
And
Aw.
there's a Kiwi Princess playtime here that Flurry's gonna love.
So you have to be mom.
Wonderful.
This barrel jumping at Niagara Falls sounds interesting.
Also dangerous.
Niagara Falls.
Anybody? Fun fact: the first person to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel and survive was a frail old woman.
The frozen north
Wow.
which is the only
That's
pretty-
now that's pretty awesome.
astrological phenomenon
That's
known
cool.
as the
They said her
northern stars.
chance at like
It's like the stars
to
are
get
shooting out of the
rich
setting
ended as soon as they opened the barrel and discovered that a little old lady was inside.
Well, we definitely don't want to
Well,
miss
that
that.
sounds like life goals right
Then
there.
it's settled. But we don't have anything to do right now. Any suggestions?
Wait, the middle is the now.
This voice seems familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
now just realized that Twilight wouldn't have ever met. Oh, well, in the comics she met him. Yeah, there
Oh
we go.
my
There we go.
god.
Oh no,
Since
just
I know
get
that
it
this
over
is for
with.
you,
Shining.
would you mind taking her below?
Oh God.
Oh, Cadence is
Well.
so cute.
She knows her husband.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
I know that voice.
Is
Why
that
announce it on a
Papa?
cruise?
Is that
Well,
Papa?
I mean, didn't you see his hand?
Wait,
Why don't
doesn't that pony look like Rainbow's mom?
I thought so.
We are now high enough to see all of Camelot, even the royal tree where Princess Twilight and her brother Shining Armor were born.
Oh what?
Iron
Oh,
Man.
what?
That's
Maybe.
wait, you guys are idiots!
You guys know
Oh
that's
my
not
gosh.
where we were born. What are you so excited about?
Well, it is a really nice tree, sweetheart.
That's true. It's a good tree.
Wait a minute, you're the parents. You ought to know where they were born.
Oh.
Us too.
On our route north, we will pass the spires of the Crystal Empire, where Princess Cadence
Oh, that is a
rescued
Crystal
her
Empire.
alicorn baby, Spike.
What?
Giving that boost.
Okay.
Come on.
Sounds a bit fancy,
I-
but of course.
I think he bought the discount biography.
Oh my God!
What? Oh, right.
Oh my God! There's
Oh,
so many
God.
guys.
God.
Oh,
Oh, God, Larry.
That's it. Does any pony know where the cruise
Done gone
announcer
too
is?
far.
Like you guys should have read the fire.
I knew it.
Iron Will!
Oh,
I knew it.
my
Yes.
What are you doing? And why do you keep announcing
Perfect.
random things
Twilight,
about
you
me
never
right
saw him before.
The assertiveness seminar
Oh, in the
market
comic,
so
yes.
Iron Will started a
Okay,
new
well,
career,
doesn't
organizing
count.
themed vacation packages.
And the theme of this
Oh
vacation
my!
is...
For a minute, I thought it was Papa
Every pony,
McColt,
stop your hooves
but never
if
mind.
You are here for the premier Cruise of the Princess's Experience.
Yeah, stop big moves.
The princess experience.
Oh, wait, they brought that
Oh my
back
God.
instead of the clapping with hooves. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I can imagine this. Okay, now everybody sing the song. Sunshine, sunshine,
I'm
ladybugs
not sure it
away.
was entirely honest with you to offer this to my family without telling us that ponies bought tickets just to see Cadence and me.
Iron Will outlined all the details of the cruise in the prize acceptance and consent form that you
Twilight
When some pony
Pirates.
offers you a free vacation,
Okay, so he's still at least not dishonest. Like,
Iron Will prides
No,
himself
Okay.
on providing
it's not
a
Iron
quality
Will's
vacation
complete fault.
experience. But
Only a bit.
if Twilight Sparkle and
well, it's
her
like
family
Iron
don't
Will the way he was
want him,
last time.
Iron
He's
Will can cancel
belligerent.
the cruise
He's
and break the hearts of every princess adoring pony all
Oh, come on,
Yeah.
Iron Will. No.
he's not entirely justified, but he's
As
not
much as I want a
World.
family vacation,
he's not
I don't
a
think I
bad
can
he's
entertain all
not
these cruise
the
ponies.
bad
My
guy.
hooves are pretty
I gotta
long.
love
Take care of
these
Fluid
fans
Heart.
that is just clinging to windows and stuff like that.
family cruise.
All right, I guess we better turn this ship around.
What?
Wait, Iron Will, what if I offered you a deal? If I agree to do whatever princess activities you want, will you promise that my family gets to do the activities they want?
Aw,
Sis, you don't have to do that. We want you to enjoy yourself too.
it's too much.
I don't want the vacation to end now, or let down all of these ponies who are looking forward to seeing us.
You don't have to take
So what do you
it
say,
all
Iron Will?
on
Do we have a deal?
yourself.
Princess Twilight has
Oh God.
So it looks like we have some time before Dad plays bingo.
Actually, we have just enough to pick the winner of our grand prize raffle.
Oh, well, who doesn't like prizes?
All right, ponies. When the Zeppelin flies, it's time for a prize.
Still
didn't
using
know
his
such thing.
catchphrases.
Thank you all for being so gracious and respectful to me and my family. And now, without further ado, the winner is... Star Tracker!
Oh?
Congratulations, Star Tracker. Enjoy your prize. Okay, Dad. Bingo time. I'm
Just
sorry.
like
I
teleporting.
don't have the prize.
Congratulations to Star Tracker.
You are the
Oh,
prize.
yeah, you are.
You
Yes.
should ask more questions.
Oh my God!
What?
Welcome to
You said what?
The prize?
You're now part of the family.
Hey,
Oh
Melly, I guess you should come with us, honorary family member.
Sure, there's always room at the bingo table.
Aw,
You said what
my
now?
God.
he's already accepted by the dad. Just give in, Twilight.
Change the world.
Dad, what did you say? Oh,
Huh. Okay.
I-19.
Hey, now we're
Aw.
talking. This princess bingo is great.
Did you get that one, Dad? Can you tell me how my dad
What is going on?
Okay, 1, creepy, 2, how do you do that?
Twilight is my favorite time of day.
Don't ask any questions.
Also your name.
You won't get no answers to those questions.
Oh, poor Shining.
I'm just joking to the ground the whole time.
Are you sure you're not airsick, big brother?
No way. How can I be airsick? I'm in the water. So
Whenever episode. Don't worry, Shining Armor. Eventually, you'll get an episode where you're not abused.
Yeah.
I really feel for him because I also have
Whoa! Whoa, the aura can still be held even without an item?
Race your brother.
Oh, well, as long as Shining Armor gets to race, I'm happy.
Seriously, what? Like, I think the princess racing would be more of a novelty, Will. This, like, I feel like they're making this into an even bigger deal than it needs to be.
Oh, it's just so exciting.
oh, he's so
On
cute.
your mark, get set.
Are they trying? Are they trying to make him cute, or are they trying to make him a creeper?
We're in magnificent
I think they just got annoying.
Oh, poor Shiny. Oh, come on, no.
I'm just gonna float.
Oh,
I'm just gonna float. I'm just gonna float.
Oh,
you're going to sink if
dear.
you.
We'll take you back to the room.
That was just the first heat of 10.
Oh no!
No!
Ready to see
So ripped.
This guy.
Gotta keep smiling. Gotta keep smiling.
Smile and wave. Smile and wave.
Smile until your teeth fall out.
Whoa.
Cadence, I'm so glad you got in the Pee-wee Princess playtime.
Flurry is having a wonderful
I'm
time.
gonna float these ponies.
Yeah.
We're about to...
Great. I'm just on my way to take
Oi,
all
there's still a chance we could have supervillain Flurryheart after all, the unintentionally
and then
dangerous
do a quick question
princess.
and answer session on Harry and Alicorn before Mom's barrel ride at Niagara Falls. I really hope I don't miss that.
Twilight, are you sure you don't mind doing all of these princess activities?
Mind? What? Absolutely not. I mean, you guys are
come
having fun,
on.
right?
It's so obvious. It
I
hurts.
have to make sure
Don't
these
force
cruise
yourself to
ponies
be
are happy if I
selfless.
want to be a
Have
good
selfish
princess.
time for yourself.
You're already a good princess, Twilight.
Honestly, as long as I
Mentoring
get to
from
see the northern
Cadence.
stars tonight with every pony, I'll be happy.
Oh, Northern Stars.
Oh,
Nice.
pretty.
This moment is a lot better than
I gotta go take
Princess
some
Spike
pictures.
in a lot of areas now.
Why don't you play and make a
I'm liking-
princess friend?
I'm actually liking these fans more than Fame and Misfortune
I am so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, definitely.
But it looks like
because it feels more,
Real.
It's more three-dimensional. Like this is
three-dimensional and realistic.
Have to be a two-parter.
Yeah.
I just hope I have time for one barrel ride with Mom.
It's like
Hey, the goats!
Yeah.
Goats are back. The goots.
Okay.
Look at that hair. Some
Wet mane Twilight Velvet.
Oh, there we go. Next
Another
meme.
relaxing vacation
Okay, so-
in the books, son.
okay, so how much beating down on Twilight
We waited as long as
before we get to the mall?
Maybe you should take a break from these princess things.
Disappointed? No. I've just been answering some detailed questions about Alicorn. You know how much I love details.
What sort of those details were you giving?
It's your vacation too.
How can I when it's a totally successful vacation?
All right. Well, we can't wait to see those northern stars.
like Northern Lights.
Yeah, she's gonna miss it, isn't she?
Twilight only has one more thing to do for the
All
day.
right.
It's your last chance. Come get in line if you want the princess.
Autographs.
Oh,
What? Oh no.
my who's my unicorn
That's
match.
going to take all the
But honestly, like, it really shouldn't have taken that long.
She has magic, she could just, like, carbon copy all of them.
How long have you been waiting?
Aww.
At least he's modest to be the last one waiting and not complain.
Oh no, yeah.
Teleport.
Well,
Ooh.
Oh no.
Well, she did see it.
Yeah, but not with
Tail
your
end of
family.
What is like the northern lights?
Last one.
Yeah, Northern Stars.
Twilight. They
Oh.
were breathtaking.
Oh, yeah, rub it in, why don't you?
Wish you'd been here to see it, Sweet Pea, but we're sure
Alright, now you're
making
rubbing
a
it in.
whole bunch of cruise ponies happy.
Oh, yeah. The cruise ponies are happy.
Now we're going.
Family is
Yeah,
happy.
we're going to get it.
Even Iron
we
Will
gave
is
you
happy.
many outs. We gave you many outs. We didn't take
You know
them.
who isn't happy? Me!
Yeah.
Oh!
My hook! I'm sorry, but maybe that wouldn't have happened if you weren't practically standing on my tail. Not even my
Okay.
real family stands so close.
You cut someone's heart out.
You kept.
Don't be surprised if they become a little heartless.
Twilight? I only made that deal with Iron Will so my family and the cruise ponies could have the vacation they wanted.
What about what you wanted?
I just want every pony to be happy.
Well, sometimes ponies want more from a princess than you can give, and it can be hard to know where to draw the line.
You seem to know pretty well.
Once I had Flurry Heart, the line was easier for me to see. You will always have obligations as a princess, but you also have an obligation to yourself.
You're right. I think I need to set some boundaries. But first, I owe some pony an apology.
Yeah.
Oh, the cutest was awesome.
Dearie.
Yeah.
Better. Thanks. But I think I should go.
No, Star Tracker. You should stay. I have something to tell you. All of you. I'm glad you all got to do the things you wanted. But I should have stood up for myself so that I could do what I wanted too. It wasn't fair of me to lash out at you.
And
if
hurt
I felt
you.
like you were standing too close, I should have said something. I'm sorry.
Even the moral is phrased in a way that's not too stilted.
Who are you?
We're gonna do something I want us to do, as a family. Honorary members too.
Aww.
Oh, yes, ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Oh, God.
You and your family have been really kind to include me, but you deserve your own vacation together. And I'm really glad we met too.
Wow. Ponies, if it's your dream, come to the deck for ice cream.
Clever.
Oh no! Leave the princess alone!
What did you say to Iron Will?
It's okay, every pony. First, I want to thank all of you for coming. It means a lot that you'd spend your hard-earned bits just to be with us. But I honestly came on this cruise to take some time off from being a princess. I'm just a pony too, after all. And even though I want every pony here to be happy, I'd really like to spend the rest of the cruise relaxing with my family.
Of course, Princess Twilight. But why was this trip advertised?
They're very
as a cruise of the
accepting.
princesses if you just wanted to get away?
Iron Will cruise of the princesses makes no guarantees as to the participation of actual princesses.
What?
Whoa, the loophole.
But Iron Will learned his lesson before. Satisfaction not guaranteed. Go
Oh my
God.
He may be pushy and manipulative, but no pony can say that Minotaur isn't.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, better than Flippin' Flam's second appearance.
I could give Flurry Heart a quick history tour.
Hi.
That's very thoughtful. But right now,
Okay, it's still about the right place for Iron Will to be in.
Behold,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
stars.
Oh, how cute. Yes.
All this.
Aww. Family is stars.
Thank you. And shining armor.
Yeah. Okay, but how do you pretend that that's just as good? Like,
I am not
Oh, no.
I'm feeling great.
we get to use this joke one more time.
Now this is the only activity I need.
Aww. Yay.
Oh, hey.
Hey, look.
And let's go into the castle.
All right.
Yay! Yay!
Written by Brittany Jo Flores. I'm trying to remember what else she wrote. I don't.
She hasn't
Isn't
wrote.
she?
Yeah, she's very
That's
new.
first.
Always great.
Actually,
I think it
this
was
is
okay.
like. I think this is the best premiere I've seen in a long time.
Like a new writer.
Really?
Yeah.
Like for writers, I mean, like. I mean, granted, like season 1, I think everybody was new, so all the great episodes we had there were premieres. So I get there are better ones, but like, yeah, this like, I feel like for a long time now the newbies have kind of had to play catch up. Like they start out okay, sometimes bad, and then maybe they'll get better later. Maybe they're Neil DeSetto, but
Oh
yeah.
God! Don't remind me about that guy. Like, this episode clearly was very much the biggest stab in the neck for his premiere episode ever, and I appreciate every minute of it.
Well, actually, honestly, I thought Cadence was one of the few good parts of his premiere episode, but but yeah, I'm with you on how that sucks. But yeah, let's see, how many episodes do we have left now? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, basically. So yeah, I think this is definitely going to be in my season top 10 now.
Wow,
that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, after review, top 10. Yeah, I could easily see this being in my top 10. It felt like, again, I said earlier. Now that's finally over. I can say this is so much better than Fame and Misfortune. It feels so much clearer written, and like the fans are more 3-dimensional, flawed, but 3-dimensional,
and more
also like
more respectable, even at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I do appreciate that. Although, if you want to pick Fame and Misfortune apart, I feel like the thing to do is compare it to Stranger Than Fan Fiction, the other meta episode that deals with fans, and witness the difference in how much more clever the comedy is. Not just, hey, they said this, kind of like how the fans say this. Get it? It's like, we get jokes about how much of a nitpicker Quibble is, like that he accuses the actual Caballeron of having a terrible accent.
Oh my gosh, who can forget that?
Oh yeah,
well, they took the time to be clever with that, not just, hey, they do this like fans do this. Get it?
Oh boy, just the mention of Quibble makes me just ram my head against the wall.
I could also safely say like this episode is also better than Three's a Crowd for Cadence appearance.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't know.
I wouldn't necessarily say, because like the Cadence wasn't the problem with Three's a Crowd.
No, I mean like in terms of like the better appearance in this episode.
Yeah.
I would say she's more mature, but it was like that was where we sort of established the adventure side of Cadence, which is good. This was more of the mentorish figure, but like I would say they're about equal. I would say.
Yeah, well, I do kind of like how Three's a Crowd. There was kind of some hinting that Cadence, like her expressions and stuff, that she more or less knew what Discord was doing, but that like she has the patience to sort of bide her time, or like be tactful in how she counter or deals with it at least.
Yeah. I mean, in that case, I can actually agree with you on something about Cadence.
Oh.
Wow.
But I mean, this is probably a highlight moment for her, like using the potential she has as a mentor, which, I mean, we've seen her slide into that role pretty easily before, so yeah.
And I also feel like this is not like sort of like making her feel non-existent like the season 6 premiere.
The season 6 premiere, everybody was non-existent at the season 6 premiere. It's the story of Flurry Heart's antics and Starlight doing more interesting things than Flurry Heart's antics.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also I think this episode is interesting, like how we actually get to see the personalities of her parents, and we also learn that Twilight definitely took after her dad.
Little girl, daddy's little girl.
Yeah, that's just a really cute detail.
Meanwhile, for Shining, Zombie little boy.
He's constantly like just getting sick all over the place.
I mean,
that was a little too much, I think.
I was so worried they're actually gonna show him throwing up.
Yeah, I actually also thought that at one point.
What is a Philomena gag? I thought, like, come on, Philomena, open your voice and sing.
Oh no!
No!
Oh.
I'm not usually one for gross out gags, but I thought that one worked.
Oh no, cringe!
Oh, very much cringe. But they're like, why? As great as it was to see Shining armor, because they sigh, Andrew Francis. But it's like, man, he's so wussy in this, poor guy.
Well, I mean, air sickness, it's almost something that can't be helped, like, by some people.
Yeah.
Like, my grandpa who could bench press more than I could at 70, you stick a needle in him and he passes out.
Oh my God!
And they didn't know how to fix that until just a couple of years ago. That apparently took them that long to discover that the cure is to stick your head between your legs, and then nothing happens.
Wow.
Nice.
Oy
But
vey.
I do sympathize a lot with Shining here because I also have the air sickness.
Well, I can't. Well, I
Air
can't.
sickness or seasickness?
No, air. I can't fly like.
Well, I thought you
with
just have like
planes
plain
without
old
getting-
phobia of heights.
Yeah, kinda. But it escalates when I'm in a plane.
Yeah. Or in a roller coaster, if I remember.
Yeah.
Can't really, you know, blame Shining too much. I mean, the first time I was on a boat, I actually got seasick.
Yeah.
I have no
But the
problem
guy,
with boats.
yeah, the gag though is just kind of typical. Like, I mean, I feel like I feel like they could have made it work, but as is, it's the typical old like macho guy. I am not bothered by the. I'm totally bothered by this.
That's kind of funny about it.
Well, I mean, part of the problem is though, like they set it up a little bit more than I just did. Like you can see the punchline coming before they make it.
Yeah, but it's like the fart and the word jokes.
Or what?
Fart jokes.
Okay. Well, I mean, it didn't have him throw up like Herd said, so like I can live with it. It's not too gross for me, but it's just honestly like the whole middle portion of this episode might be the weakest part because it's just sort of like the more relatively predictable stuff that is kind of through them. Like you can it's a little bit stilted. Like I feel like they're even making Twilight so she has to be a princess, a public figure sort of thing. I feel like you can see them trying to make it almost more of a problem than it even needs to be, just to make sure we get to, or just to sort of obligatorily get the point across.
Yeah, they want to really drive the point home.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I feel like
they managed that.
I mean, like, I feel like maybe if that episode, if that part of the episode was going to be as good as like the beginning and the end, they could have maybe made it a little bit more of a back and forth battle, kind of like, I don't know, Twilight and Winter wrap up. Like she, well, actually, that point was part of that was just like beating the glitter out of her. But I don't know, maybe like some stuff it's not so bad that like it needs to be a problem, but then other stuff starts to get to her, and then like I don't know, follow Twilight's thought process, not the hijinks.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice. Yes.
So that's the only thing that maybe stops this one from being a great one on my card.
But let me ask, I guess, before we go more into final thoughts on it, but what are your all thoughts on Iron Will's portrayal in this episode?
Yeah, I think it was fun.
Yeah.
It's just as great as the first time.
Yeah.
He's actually slightly more villainous here, I guess, because like he puts everything on his contracts. Like he's still not a crooked businessman, but now you get the sense that he's a little bit more manipulative than he was before. Although on the flip side,
Flim and Flam a little bit.
No, he's better than Flim and Flam. Like,
Flim and Flam are crooked. Iron Will, he put everything on his contract. You can't accuse him of lie. But like on the flip side, he was just a little bit of a bully in the first one. But,
right. That was sort of like his course, though. So it was like he was a bully, but it sort of made sense, sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, it was like he bullies Pinkie Pie, and like I don't know, he was like tap dancing right on the line at the end there with like Pinkie Pie and Rarity. Like he throws Pinkie Pie aside, into the mud or whatever. So he's brutish, but it's like, okay, if somebody's like physically blocking your way to somewhere you have a right to go, it's like, I mean, Pinkie Pie's smaller than him, so that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. So I guess there is that, but I mean, like on the other, like they still made it clear that he was honest. Like, he broke his contract with Fluttershy, so he didn't try to pretend he didn't. He kept his word and left, and I was actually almost surprised they went that route. But I mean, that's kind of what's good about Iron Will. He's able to be the antagonist without the problem actually being his fault. He's just sort of the catalyst. He's the thing that gets the protagonists to realize that they have a problem with something, and that like he causes them to crash, but he also causes them to learn from their mistake. Technically their fault.
It makes him like one of the earliest complex male characters, even in the early seasons. Even though he had that one episode, but now it's like I feel like season 7 is like, or season 6 and 7 are like, hey, let's take some of the bad episodes, or technically what the fan considers the bad episodes of season 2, and let's actually continue them on.
I don't know. Well, like, I mean, Mysterious Murderwell is a trial by meme. Everybody apparently considers it a lame episode. Putting Your Hoof Down, I feel like it's just sort of Mr. Enter's fan base. Like, he was able to rally everyone who watches him behind it. Anyone who isn't referencing his review, I don't think I've come across such a person who actually hates the episode.
Mm.
Like you look at, I don't know, the MLP forums polls, and I mean, it's one of the less positively voted episodes, but the positive votes still outrank the negative ones.
Well, what about Dragon Quest?
Now, Dragon Quest, I have a lot of trouble finding the person who's more than lukewarm on it. Like, the highest praise I've ever heard for it is, it was the best Spike episode up to that point.
That is really funny, actually. Like, looking back now.
Like, I don't know, Spike, the older Spike episodes being like meh or bad, I feel like that's after Mysterious Mare-do-Well, that's the closest to meme status any episode has ever come.
Yeah, but he definitely got a notch up in this episode. That's for sure.
Spike is like awesome in this episode, and I feel like, okay, that's the role he should play. It's not even that he's not allowed to be like bad sometimes or like have his like, I feel like one of the best Spike portrayals is what is it? Inspiration Manifestation, where it's like, okay, he's petty, he's a little bit manipulative, he comes across a room with a lock on it, and he doesn't have any problem burning it off with his fire breath and going someplace he's not supposed to go. Like, he's a little bit, Spike, you're so clever, but he also is doing all of it to help Rarity, and I mean, and he, yeah, actually, I mean, it's actually, almost kind of touching, like, how much he seems to care about her. So it's like, yeah, like stuff. I feel like this is right within the range of how Spike should be, but yeah, don't forget he is allowed to be awesome sometimes. You know, let him do stuff like this.
Yeah. Agreed.
Twilight, I still have no idea how to do this. What do I do?
That would be funny. Well, I mean, I'm okay with gags like that, but I mean, I do kind of like that he was like, that they didn't undo it this time, that he sat down and he's writing stuff and he's predicting what Twilight's gonna yell from her room. Like he's been doing this long enough, he knows the drill.
Yeah, it's only been 2 seasons since the atrocity of Princess Spike. He's certainly learned enough up to that point.
Well, even that, like, the stuff he did, like the activities himself that he did, he was mostly competent. It's just like the idiocy of why he thinks he should be doing any of this in the first place.
But yeah, let's move on. Okay. Yeah,
Well, I might be misremembering some of it. Like, they did make him the idiot in some of his decisions.
No.
Hey, what ding dong decided to schedule 2 speakers in the same place?
Now let's all get back on the air balloon and take this episode.
Let's get back.
Never interrupt the opinion when he is in the middle of his insightful and in-depth critiques.
All right.
Oh no!
When some pony tries to block, show them that you rock.
Oh no! You just got second.
Well, I like to be third.
But then who's on first?
I applaud.
What's on third?
I'm here to stick
I don't
it
know
to
who's
him.
on third.
Who's on first? Come on. Like,
I don't know.
how in the world is
That's third base.
How did I get on third base? Actually, that joke would be a lot worse now. In the present day.
You got there with me.
I'm not so sure we
back to
I don't
back
Okay,
to
now I
final
say back
thoughts
to
on
the episode.
Yeah,
back to the final. All right, so let's get everyone's final thoughts on this episode.
8-bit after dark, folks.
Okay.
Okay.
Woohoo.
I really liked how Twilight's parents now have a characterization.
Oh.
They're now characters. Yay.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Took them long enough. 7
Yeah,
seasons.
that's true.
Yeah.
Come on.
They finally did it. Yay.
So is that all the main six's parents?
Actually characterized, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Wait. Who's no? Wait a minute.
Well,
Rarity's parents still need
Rarity's
character.
parents got a lot of character for the minute they were on screen, so
Yeah.
What
I mean,
about
I could give them
Starlight's
the best.
parents, maybe?
No.
Oh,
I don't even want to know about Starlight's parents if they were able to create such a monstrosity.
Come on.
I mean,
Yeah.
normally I hate the go back and blame the parents to just totally excuse everything, but they already kind of brought Starlight to the good side, and for what was a really lame reason, in my opinion, lame storytelling. So, you know what? Heck, bring in the parents. Let it be partly their fault. I do want to see some further justification.
It could actually be fun if they were the most cute and most, sincere parents ever. Starlight just got, like she is.
Make it even worse. It really was just because your preteen BFF moved away, and Starlight is that ill-adjusted for no reason whatsoever. Screw that just wanted a friend crap. She is a sociopath, if that's true.
Well, I was ill-adjusted as well when I was young, but never mind.
Right. You had a few years going goth. Starlight had enslaving an entire village. It's not the same thing.
Oh, how do you know?
Oh, wait. If you know how to enslave an entire village, we should totally talk about this after.
Oh,
sure.
I mean, geez, this could expedite my plans by at least 2 years.
It's less of enslavement and starting a regime.
Oh, yeah.
Or starting a regime.
Why do you think I turned everybody into Rainbow Knights?
Well, no, she was forcibly brainwashing the main
There's still a
six.
use for There's still a use of Rainbow Knights. Who's gonna bring all the rainbows in the night?
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash. Moving on. Who's next?
This episode certainly is on the higher tier of good episodes this season, easily,
Yeah.
Like it's not screaming great, but it can sort of feel great in the sense of some characters getting fleshed out, or even more follow-ups of say Flurry Heart, in which we could also see some of her bad sides. Not just the bad sides of babies, but just maybe the bad sides of Flurry Heart in particular. She might be a bit too hands-on with magic on her fellow kin, And we also can see Princess Cadence actually taking an active mother role, which I'm like, please, just keep on showing this, and I might even forgive you guys for what literally was the worst opening for season ever.
I might be actually able to sleep at night.
I might be able to sleep and pretend season 6 was a bad dream, a nightmare even. Unlike season 7, in which it sort of had a day to break. But overall, just really nice portrayal. It kind of made me feel like a parallel between this episode and Fluttershy's recent episode of like how stubborn some of the main six can be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and how like it leads up to like a crash. Like it's a similar formula, but it definitely shows like the strides that they're willing to take. Like actual apologies are being made here.
Yeah. And I thought the justification for that stubbornness was a lot stronger here.
In comparison to Fluttershy's?
Yeah, like the Fluttershy got to the point like, no, I don't want to endanger any of my friends by getting honey from bees. Clearly the solution is send the pony who can barely see straight, and that's more likely to save every... Like, this episode was not a forehead slapper in that way.
That perspective really does muddy things up for Fluttershy there, but yeah, it was our story focus, and I kind of still favored that storyline a bit more. Not for like the actiony part, but just for like self-deprecation, or like effort of like using every ounce of your energy, even when sick, just to like in order to fix the problem yourself. There's still something I could admire in that. Unlike Twilight situation, where it's like you were given every single chance for like an ounce, and then you even physically assaulted like a fan of yours.
She turned around and stepped on his foot when she didn't see him. That's not assault.
I also say like he was too close. So
yeah.
He was like creeping in her ear and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I didn't get like at first I thought they were gonna try to make him like an honest creeper. Like they might have been a little bit off with the humor there, and it's not till like the last third where it comes into focus that okay, no, he's just a little awkward is what they were going for. He's still a good guy.
Well, it isn't called Star Tracker for nothing.
Oh wow, I just got that.
Oh my god.
Hide your Twilight, givers, hide all things that are star.
It all makes sense now.
Point to you, Herd.
Boys.
I realized that when I was watching the episode.
Wow. I didn't not said it. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes cutie marks, like they're not talents, they're just the power of fate.
He's after that Twilight booty.
Wait. Was Star Tracker a teen pony, by the way?
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, I don't think. Let me go back to.
Actually, he like with the hair and stuff. I think like he is like showing that he's a teen.
Personality.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess we finally have our second ever teen pony. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. He doesn't really look like a teen pony. He just seems younger than Twilight because I guess he's the way he's acting, but he seems to be like the full adult design, but like his hair and like his mannerisms just make him seem younger.
But he's not a filly. He's more like grown.
Maybe he's like in the later years of his teen years. Just saying, maybe we finally can have. Maybe we can finally have like that, like the biopic of like the pony development cycle. You know. Just saying. I mean, like I forget like the pony's name from like a Saddle Row Review, but yeah, she might be like in the younger years of teen.
Spoon Pony?
Yeah, Spoon Pony.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. It's I'm just wondering if we're gonna get like some sort of like time skip maybe like later on in the future for like the epilogue. Just to see like the Kingdom of Crusaders as teams because I really do want to see that.
Oh my god, I would love that so much.
Just
see
them that. See them as team pony models.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Heck, it might be due if this keeps going.
As long as the show makes money, Hasbro's gonna milk it for every cent.
Like Iron Will.
Yes. Wait a minute. Maybe that's what Iron Will is supposed to represent. Hasbro's goodwill along with its vices.
Oh. And sell of toys.
Oh, wait. I don't know. Maybe Iron Will directed the movie.
That'd be too much. That'd be just too much of a like messing with your head.
Yeah. Hey, has there been like any other characters we haven't seen resurface since from like before season 5?
I think there were.
Yeah.
Can't technically the swamp from Some Pony to Watch Over Me. There was that.
That's not a character.
That's
no, I mean the people in it though, the ponies in it. Although I don't know if it was necessarily the same ones.
Yeah.
No.
Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Season 3. Games Ponies Play. Miss well,
Miss Harshman.
No. Chicken Bottom. Peach Bottom.
Oh, Peach Bottom.
I have no idea what that is.
Where did she say
the mistaken judge for that?
Yeah, the one they thought was Miss Harshwinny.
Okay. I know.
We got the wrong pony.
One of the most easiest contrivances ever.
Let's see. They had Zipper Will from Philly Vanilli.
Wait a minute. Didn't she reappear again in that Rarity episode you always like to talk about?
Forever Philly?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's this season. They brought back a character from before season 5.
Uh-huh.
Wait, who is Zipper Will?
The little pixie like Pegasus.
Yeah.
She has like little wings like a hummingbird.
My puppy whoopee.
Oh. Oh yeah. I remember.
She's like she's like level 2 Scootaloo.
Oh God! You're just giving her hope. Now you're giving her hope, saying it would, and which will only lead to despair. Bad Jen.
I still believe. I still believe.
I still want to believe.
I want to believe. There was a spider on my wall. Oh my God.
Oh God! Run!
Oh, don't kill it. Put it out, please.
Actually
I like
reminds me of-
spiders.
Actually reminds me of a funny joke. Like someone on Facebook like had a photo of a spider.
I'm sorry, Daylover, but this is a dangerous one.
No, I wish I was there.
Ew! I put him on my book. And that is what we call karma, kids.
Yeah.
Oh wait a minute.
I guess who hasn't any other final thoughts?
I can say for this episode, I can say it was definitely an okay episode. Nothing really jumped out. But just a good family episode with the Sparkles. I feel like it should have been like, I don't know, another funny working title for this would be like the Sparkle Family Vacation.
Yeah.
Kind of like like Griswold's Family Vacation, Sparkle Family Vacation. But a good episode.
Okay, I actually have an answer now. We still haven't seen Seabreeze yet.
Who?
Seabreeze. Name sounds familiar.
Oh yeah.
The Breezies.
They were pretty.
Oh my God!
No.
They're in another dimension though.
Yeah.
Boy.
No, like we joke about that, but like Seabreeze was actually a very interesting character.
Shit. He was the best part of that episode, probably.
Yeah. Oh wait, even though we saw them in the Equestria Girls movies, Diamond Dogs.
Oh, that they
Yeah.
did they ever make another appearance in the did they ever make another appearance, the Diamond Dogs?
In the show?
They made an appearance in the comics.
Yeah, in the comics, but
Yeah.
Anyway.
Quiet party!
Oh boy.
I love that.
It brings back memories.
This is called whining.
That was one of the first one of the first clips I saw before I started watching the show. That was when I actually hated the fandom.
Oh.
I hated the fandom before I became the fan. And then I watched the show, and then I became a fan.
Right.
Yay.
Good story.
Good story.
Sometimes
Very, very much so.
Sometimes you can hate the fandom, but you still have to admit like you're a fan. You just don't like the people.
Come on, we're not all that bad.
The people that I was seeing, they were bad.
Oh, okay,
like
fair
they
enough.
were bad.
Well, okay. Now that I think about it, there were some that were kind of like that. So I get you there. I get you there. There are just some people you just have to pluck out of the apple bushel.
I think it was because of the time.
Yeah.
Since MLP was still fairly new, and just some fans were actively trying to shove it into people's faces.
Right. That's when it gets. That's when it gets
really set me
wrong.
off.
Yeah, that's when it just gets wrong from there.
Yeah, that does remind me. Like, I remember there was a phase, and right around season 2, where like it was like just it became a meme, and then some people took it to the meme stream. Or like they would just literally just troll people with like how much they would post it around. But anyway, I guess any other final thoughts before we sign off?
It is possible that like I'm getting so used to more stilted writing that anything that just is competent, flows naturally, stands out to me, and like becomes a potential grid on my card. Like, I mean, I've looked back at past episodes. I'm like, wow, I never considered calling that one great, but I mean, it flowed at least as well as some of my standouts. But okay. That said, I feel like I do think this one deserves some credit. Like the intro with Spike was really well played. I mean, and I think this episode deserves all the respect in the world for being able to get like really lovable moments like that across with understated writing. Really appreciated that. I liked Twilight, with her family and them going on about just like all the little things they know about each other, like what a thrill seeker the mom is. And then as they started to run the whole, okay, Twilight's gonna make princess appearances, and we like running jokes about how Shining Armor is airsick 10 different times, I was like, okay, well, this looks like yet another episode that's gonna blow its potential on just kind of becoming stilted and like chalk it up as another disappointment. But then like after Twilight breaks down, or even as she's breaking down, I actually thought they kind of nailed that. Well, heck, even like some of the build up to it, like the mom getting done with the boat ride without her. Like they don't have her say like, oh wow, that was the best thing ever. Too bad you had to miss it. And not even realizing much, but also not like, oh, Twilight, I'm so sorry. Gee, maybe you should consider thinking of yourself. Like, no, what she says is, I'm sorry, we waited as long as we could. We really waited as long as we could, which that's exactly what someone in that scenario says, and that, like, actually sells it pretty well. And then also, even though they built up since the first time they said it, that Twilight was going to miss that whatever phenomenon she wanted to see, like
Northern Stars.
Just like how like the kind of the tone of her voice while she was looking forward to it, and then her rushing to it and watching it go by without her and just like wordlessly reacting while everybody is like clearly having the time of her lives. Like that really sold it, how much that cut her heart out, and you totally get her reaction after that, because I mean she was trying to do a selfless thing, and the unfortunate thing about trying to do selfless things, like even though the right way, I mean you're only being selfless if you're modest about it. I mean it's only true selflessness if you're not looking for glory. But the unfortunate thing, like to get credit for it, sometimes you do kind of need to sell it or like kind of make your voice heard. And so yeah, she's been trying to like really do her family a favor here, trying to do right by them, and for her trouble she got her heart cut out, which you totally get a reaction to that. And like that was when I'm like totally right back in it, and I'm behind Cadence, mentoring her and the recovery, and heck even Star Tracker got a lot better for me after that point. So yeah, I feel like, I mean, and heck, even the stilted parts were, I mean, I've seen worse, like Twilight running around and trying to fulfill Iron Will's deal. It's like, okay, they don't like hand it up to 11. It's just kind of like, you're kind of like shaking your head like, yeah, okay, we get the idea. But I mean, I feel like this is at least a soft B+ though. Like it's, I mean, I don't know if it like pushed anything up to like the best I've ever seen from this show, but I think it was pretty solid all the way through, and like it drove a couple of moments home for me. I think the moral here, even though I might have seen it done better elsewhere, is pretty good actually. So this is a standout for me. Like B+ is well, this is like has to be the most middle of the road season I've ever seen. Like B+ automatically is like one of its best episodes, but on the other hand, it hasn't missed so far. Like it has to be the most consistent season I've seen so far, which is, I guess, something.
I will also agree with you with giving a B+, and I think the great things was Star Tracker and Iron Will and this design of the airship. I actually really like that. I've seen like pictures from the movie, and there is this airship, right? Does it look like that? Kind of.
Maybe. I don't know. The airship in the movie is kind of bigger.
Yeah, but I did not like the thing with Shining being airsick. I thought it was a little bit too much for me to put it like high on my list.
They use the joke
took away
too much.
from it. Yeah, but I really like the stuff about the northern stars, because northern lights, and like I sometimes can see northern lights. I even believe like Sagan saw some northern lights when he went.
Yeah, on the airplane ride there, I unexpectedly saw the northern lights for the first time in my life.
Very beautiful.
Expecting that.
That's something on my bucket list. I want to see the northern lights one day.
Yeah, that's very beautiful. So I also understand where Twilight is coming from, because I would have been so devastated like her. If like I saw my family seeing stuff like that without me. But yeah, as you said, second she could have teleported or doing something. All of these magical abilities, and she's still like hindered in other ways. But I guess it takes energy out of her with doing all of that stuff.
Plus, I could easily imagine it being even worse. Like, she all of a sudden teleports and, like, she falls in head first, like, after magic is gone. Just like,
that would not be not good.
Yeah, just be like, you ruined the moment for the family.
Oh, no.
But I really enjoyed Star Tracker with him creeping up in her ear and being like, your dad is doing good or something. I was just like, hey.
That was funny. That should be so creepy.
I mean, I was like a little thrown out. I did not entirely get like where they were going with Star Tracker until the end.
Yeah.
Although,
but I also
Iron
think
Will,
it's
though, like,
cute that he has this necklace or she gives him a necklace at one point.
Yeah.
I think like that was cute.
Oh, that would be cute.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, put the necklace on. It's like, I'm a sparkle.
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, that was really big of him to say. Like, it's been nice, but it's obvious that like you should be spending time with your family here.
Right.
Like,
that's one of the reasons why I like the fans in this one. They kind of like all follow. They kind of all follow. He's like, hold on a minute. Like, why are we here? She just wanted to take a break.
Yeah. Well, they're real people, I guess is.
Right.
You are allowed to call them people, we've established.
Right. It's like a full, it's honestly like a full kind of definition of fandoms and everything. You have those creeps, and then you have those who just refuse to see beyond what their perception of it be. But then this is what makes me optimistic about it. There's always those few good people who are respectable to others, themselves, and to like the people they admire.
But did you have
like more people to not know how to be respectful? Like, yeah.
And what were you saying? What did you say?
I was asking if Ninja had some last words.
Right.
But yeah, like overall, like I don't know how. Like, as at the review, it's one of those things we're getting so late in the season to have to fully review, like how I'd rank this. But I think I have to grade a second. Where at the very least, I would say this is in my top 10. Because it just feels like a nice, well-balanced episode. All the characters, like, well, maybe it's right. Like the movie, like I was talking about earlier with the movie, Twilight is actually interesting again.
Yeah.
So like that's that. Roy's like, I mean, it feels bad to say it but at the same time, yeah, she's written interesting with a relatable conflict. Like we see her actually breaking down at one point, which again, like with not last week's episode, the one before that with Fluttershy. I like when they're not afraid to push the boundaries of like putting the main six in actual stress or like doing negative actions. I like actually seeing that.
Munchies.
But and then also Iron Will, like I like how they use Iron Will. Like again, he's not a villain. Like so before, he wasn't a villain. He's an antagonist, but he's not a villain, which I like them using it that way.
And they didn't. Oh, sorry. I was putting up this bag of chips. Sorry.
You are forgiven.
I like it that I like it that thank goodness they did not redeem him. He's still bad.
He's not bad. He's just because like when they say bad, that reminds me of the Flim Flam brothers. Like they're bad.
They are bad. They're also annoying too.
I mean, then again, they did highlight hopefully if it's their last episode, like Trouble in Las Pegasus.
Oh,
it's hard to be truly annoyed with them. Like they have one of the most amusing songs in the series. They actually listening to them talk about all the schemes they know is actually kind of fascinating. Like, wow, these guys are pretty darn clever, aren't they?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, but big props to this season. Like it's the one that I feel like knows to take advantage of what's on the table, not just constantly try to come up with new cheap novelty.
Also, I think it has potential.
Well, I say like this season's still not over, but I will say I'm fairly confident, knocking on wood, that this season is at least better than 5 and 6. Like already, it seems to elevate itself from there, so it seems to be on an upswing from the past 2 seasons in my mind.
Better than 6 and 3, at least on my card, with the same thing just about. Although 5, like I felt like it could have been, but then like before this one, 3 of the last 4 were like C grade episodes on my card. So, and now what was it? Yeah, season 5, like its last few episodes were actually like main attraction. the season finale that wasn't great, but I mean was still an epic 2-part episode. I feel like if it's going to beat season 5 on my card now, it has its work cut out for it.
For me, I would have to say this season might even beat season 1 for me.
No.
Whoa, them big words.
I also feel like it has potential to become the greatest. Like
the
greatest.
The greatest.
With perfect hair and stuff.
Better
like
than
that.
season 2.
Better than season 4?
What's going on with all these big words?
Well, are you talking just like that it's going to have your favorite episodes, or that like all the episodes together are going to be better than they've ever been?
No, because like this, there's only one season that has my favorite episode, and you will not agree with me there.
Is it season 3?
Yes.
I mean, I can totally understand that. Like,
there are good episodes in season 3. Like, Keep Calm, Flutter On is one of my favorite episodes in the series.
Just for Sidekicks is easily one of my favorite episodes.
And Too Many Pinkie Pies is easily one of mine, but she's not talking about any of those.
No.
What is it?
Magical Mystery Cure.
I had a feeling.
Because
you wouldn't name it, I had a feeling it was probably Magical Mystery Cure.
Although I think Magical Mystery, like controversial second opinion coming back here, but I'll take Magical Mystery Cure over Crusaders of the Lost Mark.
What?
I mean, like, Crusaders of the Lost Mark tries harder to be smarter than Magical Mystery Cure does, but I feel like it only tries just hard enough to highlight the fact that it's not smarter.
Wow.
Before we start fighting each other over the interwebs.
Civil War has broken out.
Okay, I'll be Captain America. Second over there could be Iron Man.
I don't know, because I feel like I'm the one who's like against the grain more so, which I think was Captain America's role.
That's nice. That's nice. You two, you Marvel and DC play together and all that fun stuff. Whoops.
All right. I guess see you all next week.
Bye. Go watch the movie.
Yep, go watch the movie so we can discuss it next week as well. And
and also be wary about the leaked episodes.
So watch out for leaks.
I think as of now, we're just going to watch them in order because there's literally only like 3 more episodes because the last one's a double episode.
Whoa.
So I'm thinking we'll probably just follow. Or the one thing that will complicate things though next week is next week we're going to discuss the movie at some point. We're going to discuss the next episode at some point. And there's also probably next week or the week after that, we're going to have to get around to watching Voltron.
Time to be a couch potato.
Oh yeah! Woo!
You're gonna lose your mind watching TV. I don't know the rest of this song. Should have thought about that.
But actually, I'll probably push Voltron until not next weekend, but like the week after, just because we'll probably get our discussion of the movie, so that'll be its own thing with the episode. And I don't think next week will be the Voltron in that. Probably, definitely not at the same time because Voltron will be like a 2-hour reaction again. So yeah. But anyway, see y'all next time.
Bye.
Be wary of the stairways to heaven on your Led Zeppelin.